Here. Yes, hope everyone can hear me. I'll explain what I'm actually doing in this location at the minute. But first of all, since 1995, since 1995. Yes, then, so Liverpool have just beaten Everton 2-1. I'm not usually much of a smiler, as most of the subscribers will know, but yeah, try and keep this off my face. I'm so happy about that. Yeah, no, it was. There's no way I'm going to get through this season without either having an aneurysm or a heart attack. Liverpool basically went 2-0 up. Gravenberch scored the first. Ekitike got the second. I should just clarify with this that I've barely seen any of the match, by the way. I've had to put it together through highlights. I'm a bit of a storyteller, so just let me tell you a very quick little story. So today my lad has gone to a kids party or a sleepover. I forget what it is. My wife told me it went to one ear or the other. He was meant to go at 12. And no disrespect to the party people of any kind, but he did not go at 12, he went at 1, which meant your boy missed the first half, give or take. And I thought, that's not a problem, I'll just check the score as it was 2-0 to Liverpool. And I thought, yes, get in there. So I started getting myself ready, and then got into a bus, at least just before half time. And I thought to myself, well, worst comes to worst, I mean, I'm not going to miss the whole second half, am I? Yeah, so I turned up at the 87th minute, give or take. Just ordered half a pint and was put through 6 horrendous minutes of just awful stress and horrific nonsense, basically. So, I'm sorry for all of you that had to watch the second half. I kind of got away with it because of my lad. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen the whole game, obviously, but I pieced it all together roughly what's happened. I mean, obviously I had the commentary on, and the first half it sounded like we were all over me. To be honest, it sounds very similar to the Atletico Madrid game in respect of, I mean, that Madrid game in midweek, that should have been done after 35 minutes as far as I'm concerned. I mean, Liverpool should have been 4-0 up before Llorente even scored. I mean, probably before the Ev scored. I mean, really, that should have been. Let me put it this way. Oh, hello. WWE, my role. Hi, mate. You're alright. Yeah, of course, you can subscribe to the channel. Not a problem at all, dude. Let me put it this way. Liverpool goes 2-0 up against Everton. I'm not a Scouser, and I know how much it means to the Scouts people. Look, it means a hell of a lot to me as well. I always want to beat Everton, but look, at the end of the day, you have to be brutally honest and say it means a lot more to Scousers and people that live in the city, and I can't understand it as much as them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been a Liverpool fan for nearly 35 years, and I always want to beat Everton. I absolutely love it, but obviously it means more to the people in the city than it does outside, kind of thing. So, but if you take that away, and this isn't me having to go at Everton at all, it's just me making a point. If Sunderland came today and played Liverpool with the team that Everton had, Liverpool would be expected to handily beat them. Now, you can clip me and stuff if you want to. It's no, I don't mean any kind of disrespect to that whatsoever. What I mean is, you take the Everton thing away, and I mean, I'm sorry. Look, I know Jack Grealish is a very good player. Does anyone know the name of the lad, the fast bloke? I forgot his name. Really good player for Everton. I do like Dewsbury Hall. I've been a massive fan of his for a long time, so fair play on that. But I mean, with the greatest respect, if you look at the rest of the team, I mean, Liverpool have no business really getting involved in any kind of slugfest or a street fight with Everton. I mean, as a matchup, it's not even close. I mean, frankly, Liverpool should put it this way: the reserve team that's like to get played against Southampton. So let's say, for argument's sake, Mamadashvili, Robertson, Leone, Joe Gomez, Let's say Frimpong, Trainioni, Endo, Curtis Jones, Rio Ingamoa, Federico Chiesa, and I don't know, let's say for argument's sake you've got Gakpo in there. That team should be enough to beat Everton. So, look, whilst I'm delighted, it's just one of these. I'm just pleased that Liverpool seem to be getting over this thing with Everton, really, because, I mean, we should be going with the greatest respect. And I'm not saying destroy them, I'm not saying Everton are a bad side at all. Fair play, they've improved a lot, but, I mean, Liverpool are like streets ahead of them quality-wise. So, but look, the derby game's always tough, so fair play to the lads for digging in. Let me just have a look. Liverpool won. Yes, they did, mate. Yes, they did. Get in. Also, as well, that I'll go on to talk about in a minute, mate. I think, I'm not sure, because I've not got access to a thing, but I think I'm right in saying that Liverpool is 6 points clear before the matches this afternoon. If anyone can let us know, that'd be awesome, because I haven't got my second phone with me, so I can't check. I'm fairly sure we're 6 points clear. Now, the reason this is now super important is Arsenal play Man City tomorrow. Now, I'm not one of these that starts getting ahead of themselves. To be quite honest, I only look at the Premier League table. I only seriously start looking at it in December, when you've had that massive loads of like fixtures and everything. So I only start ever looking then and going, right, this is what we need, this is what we need to do. Let me have a look. Hi, cool kid, how you doing, mate? You alright? I only start looking sort of late December, early January. However, Arsenal have got to play Man City tomorrow. Arsenal then go to Newcastle the next weekend. I think I'm right in saying Man City have got someone along the lines of Brighton at home. Oh no, it can't be Brighton, they've just played. Either way, I know they've got a difficult match in the next sort of 2 or 3 matches. Point being, you're talking a 6-point lead. By next weekend, if Liverpool could beat Crystal Palace and things do go wrong for Arsenal, who are meant to be our main challenges. I mean, oh, sorry, there's an aeroplane going overhead. I'll explain this in a minute, by the way. Whoa. Let me have a look. YouTube Sulis? YouTube Sules? Hi, sorry if I've butchered your name, dude. Yeah, the point is, if we could beat Crystal Palace, if Arsenal gets two bad results, well, everyone on this live stream is probably going to be more academically and mathsfully, if that's even a word, which it isn't. You guys are all probably clever enough to know how many points that's actually going to put us ahead. I mean, you don't want to say it after 6 games, but if all the other teams make an absolute mess up of this, you're talking about the end of the next international break. And I mean, this is a lot of things that have to go Liverpool's way. Crystal Palace is obviously a very, very difficult game next week, and that we always have a struggle there, even though we win half the time. But if we beat Crystal Palace, and then if we were to beat Chelsea, you're talking a 6-point lead, got the potential to be turning it to 8 to 9 points after, what, 7 matches? I mean, look, even if that happened, I'm not going to say, oh yeah, Liverpool won the league, back-to-back wins, blah, 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 blah. It's not going to be difficult at the end of the day. But, I mean, that's a hell of a lot of points already. And I mean, if you look at the fixtures after that, I mean, we've got most of our difficult fixtures, well, not most of them, obviously, but I mean, we've just done the Merseyside derby. We've got Atletico Madrid out the way in our Champions League group stage. We've got Arsenal out the road at home, and we've got, who else? Newcastle away from home. I mean, you could make a very compelling argument that 3 to 4 of those games are the, top 10 most difficult we're going to have this season. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't want to go overboard because, look, we could get turned over at Crystal Palace, and going on to that, we're going to have to defend a hell of a lot better than that. I'm not going to have a go at the lads for the goal today because, obviously, the gate shot's fantastic, fair play to him, but, I mean, again, some of the defending was borderline comical is probably pushing it a little bit, but not the most efficient defending, I think I can say. Let's have a look. The BKs. Hi, how you doing? Damien Castillo. Hi, Damien again. How you doing? We spoke before, haven't we, mate? Yeah. To be honest, folks, there's not really an awful lot I can add. I mean, I'm not going to be on for too long because I am basically getting soaked at the minute. So, very quick story that I was just telling a minute ago. Like I said, I had to get my son to like a birthday party or whatever. And yeah, like I was just saying, I basically missed the whole game and I've had to listen to it on like radio and stuff on the way into town because there was this massive gridlock of traffic. So I managed to hit the pub in the 87th minute, basically. So I've seen about 8 minutes of football, but the stress that it seems to have caused a lot of people, it sounds like I got away with it easily. So after that, very, very excited, went out, celebrated, and then discovered it was raining. I didn't know why I didn't notice this before, because it's obviously been raining for a long time, and I suddenly thought, oh, I'm meant to be doing my live stream at 3 o'clock. Where the hell am I going to do this live stream? So I managed to get somewhere called Wellington Place. If you live in Leeds, you'll know roughly where I am, and I'm currently stood under like this canopy type thing, very much hoping that one of the big burly security guards who appear to be wandering around don't mistake me for a robber. I was in my nice comfy home when I found out we were 2-0 up, and I was just like, you could just stay here, you know, and just put Red Men on and just have live commentary for them. And I was like, no, I was going to go into town, and now I'm stood outside in freezing cold Leeds getting soaked talking to you guys. So there we go. But it's fine. The Reds are 6 points clear and we've just beaten Everton. Yeah, no, honestly, I'm absolutely made up because I've got to be honest, I was really worried about this match. I always get really worried about the Everton-Liverpool match at Anfield for some... I don't know why, but the Goodison one I don't get as stressed about. It's some sort of weird reverse thing with me. It's just because, you know, the Goodison one basically is going to finish 0-0 or 1-1. It's always a draw. I mean, I think since I've been a Reds fan, I mean, bearing in mind this is 1990, if I had to say how many times Liverpool won at Goodison, obviously Hill Dickinson now, 8, maybe. I think you're talking about 7 or 8 times that we've won at the old Goodison Park in the 35 years I've supported Liverpool. So that one. But I mean, to be fair, half the time Everton don't beat us either. I think in 35 years they've maybe beaten us about 7 or 8 times. So it's a similar record, and the rest of them all get draws. But for some reason, the one at Anfield, like, I get really nervous about. I don't know what. I mean, like I said, I'm not a Scouser, and like I said, obviously I'm not going to be disrespectful. It's going to mean it's more important to the people of Liverpool than it is to me, but it does mean a hell of a lot to me as well. And I do not like losing to Everton. I mean, I think since I've been a fan, we've only lost to them at Anfield. I'd be very surprised if it's more than 4 times in 35 years. So it doesn't happen that often, but it's still just a major stress. But yeah, I'm very, very pleased, to be honest. Like I said, I haven't got much more to add because I'm going to be doing 2 more live streams today. So very quick cheek plug. I'm actually a massive pro wrestling fan. For people who don't know who subscribe to me, if you do subscribe, obviously you know that I am. So I'm actually doing 2 live streams today. I'm doing one for AEW All Out, which I still need to order, actually, by the way. Hopefully that'll be about 11 o'clock tonight. And then I'm doing another live stream for WWE WrestlePalooza, which is at 12 o'clock UK time. So I should be back on live for that. I'll be back on live at 11 o'clock, and basically I'll be back on live whenever WrestlePalooza's finished. So that'll be... I don't know, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I have literally got, I mean, what time is it now? 3:20. I've got another 13 hours before I get to the bed. But it's all good. I'm loving my little day off. Loving my day off from the wife. Loving my day off from the son. I love. But yeah, no, just ignore me. Obviously, I'm just like super happy that we beat the F. It's just, The crowd singing 1995 again. I mean, I know it's very childish, obviously, and as a 45-year-old man, I shouldn't take so much glee from this, but I do just find it hysterical when the cops start chanting that 1995 song. It's just bloody brilliant. Bro, you sound like a football commentator. I think you should put it in brackets drunk. But thank you for the compliment. Yeah, I like to think I know a few bits and pieces about football. What else about the game? Let me try and think. So yeah, I'm just trying to go through it again because it's kind of weird because, like I said, I've had to watch it in sections, and then the last 10 minutes at a pub basically, and listen to the rest on the radio. So obviously, Graf put us 1-0 up. Seeing the goal, awesome strike there. Hugo Ekitike again, like wow. If anyone can correct me, please go ahead. But I think that's. Has he scored 4 now? Ekitike, I think. 4 in what you're talking? What was that? 5th league match and then a Champions League match. I mean, the bro's got 4 in like 6 games. I mean, honestly, it's just insane. I mean, we didn't even need Isaac, to be honest, today. I mean, it's just. Oh, that was the other thing I need to mention as well. Let me just look at the comments. Neo, Whitey, hi Neo, how are you? I'm absolutely over the moon. Absolutely over the moon. We've just beaten Everton. I'm stood out in the freezing cold and rain talking to you guys, but I'm very, very happy, and I'm going to have a boss night, as the Scousers would say. And yeah, I don't usually smile that often, but I've got a big smile on my head because of these guys. Yeah, that was the other thing as well that I completely forgot. So, Wirtz and Isak were both rested / dropped / rotated, whatever the kids call it these days. I've got no idea. To be honest, I know there was a bit of a kick-off about Wirtz being left out. I actually totally agree with Arne. He needs a break at the end of the day. He's literally just come in. People are like, oh, it costs 125 million quid, he should know what he's doing straight away. It's like, no. No. It was never just going to happen automatically. I mean, to be honest, I don't actually. I'm one of the few people that thinks I don't think Wirtz has been. No, he's not been spectacular. He's not pulling up trees, but I don't think he's been bad really in any of the. Not in any of the matches. I mean, the Newcastle match wasn't great in that. Bournemouth match, for the hour that it was on, I thought it was perfectly acceptable. The Arsenal match, look, I mean, no one could do anything in the Arsenal match. I mean, there hardly anyone could have had the ball for more than like 1 second, so I don't think he was. Yeah, I don't think he was that good in that one. What was the other one? The Burnley match, look, their defence was tight at the Ducks' bottom, so that's difficult. I thought he was really good. I thought he played really well, so he needs a break. Isak hasn't had a pre-season, got to do sound like a man, you know. And if Ekitike's banging in goals, I mean, does he need to be playing, really? We've got Gakpo and Salah already, so I don't know. I just, because I know Arnold's going to get some stick for it, even though we're like 6 points clear at the top of the table or whatever, but I just totally agree with the bloke. The one thing I would say about these defensive laps, look, we are winning, so it doesn't matter, but you cannot keep that going for the rest of the season. Now, I think we can keep it going longer than most teams, but someone's going to cash us out one day. I mean, I have to concede the Arsenal win was very, very lucky. It was only because Sobo hit that amazing free kick. I thought Arsenal were equally as good as us. I mean, to be quite honest, the first half I thought Arsenal were actually better than Liverpool, to be quite honest. I mean, so that could have gone either way at the end of the day. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, we've got 6 wins out of 6. I mean, none of us can really complain about what's going on. But let me just have a look at this comment. I've got a feeling this is going to be a bit strange. Can't wait for WWE WrestlePalooza tonight. Yeah, me too, Damien. Like I said, I'll be back on for live reactions at 3:30 this morning. So I don't know where you're watching from, but basically I'll be back on in about 10 hours, give us a stake. So, do you know what my pet peeve? You know football videos says other fans says Arsenal great or something like that, and then they sign off from an Arsenal fan. Yeah, kind of, I guess. Yeah, I'm not planning on signing off just yet, dude. I am going to go off in a little bit though, because it's very, very cold out here at the minute. Samsung J2 Pro, Anna. Hi, I'm Leon. Hi, Anna. Yeah, like I said, sorry, just that I'm a bit discombobulated. I am just literally just like so stoked that we've just beaten the Blues. Yeah, I mean, does anyone know, by the way, because one of the things I did miss, I don't know if anyone was watching, like, I mean, as I say, I've had to watch it in bits and pieces and, like, staple it together with radio commentary and stuff. So there's bits and pieces I've missed. Does anyone know what this thing was with Jack Grealish and David Moyes at the end? Because I've tried to read through and I was listening to the commentary. Unless I've missed something, I don't think there was any major instance in the game, unless I've missed. To be honest, I did miss a lot of the first half as well, because I was getting my lad ready to go to his play date or whatever he's doing. So I don't know if I missed something there, but apparently Jack Grealish and David Moyes have like stormed over to the referee and started giving it the big one to him, and Grealish has had to be dragged away by Jordan Pickford of all people. Because the referee was threatening to give him an actual red card. I don't know if anyone knows. I mean, obviously you can tell us later if you're not watching the live stream now, that's cool. I'll try and find out myself. But yeah, apparently Grealish went absolutely mental. I don't know what's going on with like the opposition managers and players at the minute, but we had Diego Simeone threatening to drag some Liverpool fan out onto the streets for a Scouse street fight, WWE style. We had one of their assistants spitting at us, the other one doing slightly rude gestures with both of his arms. Hi Johnny, you're alright, pal. Towards all of those lads there. And the only one who actually got blamed was that who was taking the mick out of Simeone. And there's loads of people going, oh, he's just a chap and this, that and the other. And it's just like, guys, I can assure you if that gentleman has a season ticket behind the coach's benches for the away end at Anfield, I can very much assure you he will not be a chap. He will probably be a very ludicrously well-paid young man, I would have thought. So anyone who's got tickets in and around there, yeah, I mean, I didn't know what all those comments were meant to be about. It's just like, look, it's got nothing to do if he's a normal working class lad. The fact is, Simeone's thrown his toys out the pram, started giving it the big one, and then had a tantrum, and two of his assistants have gone around spitting at us. So yeah, it's like jog on. They all need to be banned. Anyway, the reason I'm talking about that is obviously because now Jack Grealish has gone up to the ref and demanded some sort of street fight with him or something like that. And Moyes apparently wasn't much better. So yeah, if anyone knows, just give us a shout, because yeah, I didn't see or hear anything that Everton should be kicking off. But I heard there was something to do with a free kick. I don't know if that's because that was the bit where I was listening on the radio just before I hit the pub. Apparently Everton should have had a free kick with about 15 minutes to go. Is that right? I don't know. I've got no idea. But yeah, long story short, Jack Grealish could do one. Basically. No, I don't mind Jack Grealish. As you can tell from my accent, me and him are from roughly the same area of the country, so shall we say. So I've kind of got time for Jack, being the son of that sort of area, but at the same time, he can still be a bit of a word that I can't say on the live stream. But there we go. Let's have a look. Damien, I saw a spoiler that said Bron Lesnar. Bloody hell, he'd be a good wrestler, wouldn't he? Bron Lesnar is going to John Cena tonight. Yeah, possibly. I mean, I reckon Brock will win. To be honest, too. I can't see a world where Cena win. I mean, I've actually been saying this. Sorry for anyone who's watching for a Liverpool stream. I do apologise. This was just what happens with my streams. I think Brock Lesnar will beat Cena twice, and I think those will be his last two matches in WWE. Which I'm really disappointed about. Like I said, I've got it down to 3 possibilities for other than Brock for his last ever match. The only ones I can think of are feasible are Roman, and I don't even think it's going to be him. CM Punk, and if they just say, look, I know we've already had the last match, but Punk is seen as guy. I mean, they're trying to push Lesnar, and is his greatest opponent. He's the greatest suspect he isn't. It's been Punk for years and years and years. Chemistry they've got is amazing. So you could have it be Punk. The only other person I can possibly think of is The Rock, and I, bearing in mind that's going to be mid-December. I mean, doing the math, The Rock is going to be busy prepping for award season and this, that, and the other. So I can't see it being him, to be quite honest. So I have a feeling it's going to be Lesnar. I hope it's not for the last two matches. I mean, I hope Cena just wrestles all the 4 or 5 appearances he's got. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. It should be good tonight anyway, though. You're going to give an Everton fan the rock bottom. Yeah, I might have a look for the Ev in town. I've had a pint. So, yeah, I could look for a few Everton fans. We don't tend to have too many in Leeds, probably, but I'll tell you what I am going to do, dude. When I finish with this, seeing as I am Mrs. Less for a change, and childless for a change, on a Saturday, I am actually going to go to the pub. Which many of you watching will be like, what on earth are you talking about? You can always go to the pub. It's just like, I've been out to the pub at this time of day on a Saturday probably 10 times in the last 11 years since my son was born. I used to love going to the pub on Saturdays. So you know what? I'm going to go and find a nice quiet pub with Sky Sports News, and I'm going to sit there and watch the footy results come in. Yeah, that sounds like a good afternoon to me, so that's what I'm going to do. Let's have a look. Thanks for ruining it for Geek. It's fine, dude. It's fine. It's all good. The BK's oldie. I am very old. Thanks for Kirkers was good today. Everyone is slating him. Dan bro, respect for your restriction on polls. Yeah, thanks, Rianne. In terms of the restriction, I don't really have much of a choice in the restriction. I'm not one of those, no offence to anyone, but I'm not one of those that takes my son to public houses on a Saturday afternoon, because I kind of take my parental duties with a modicum of seriousness, to be fair. Shout out to anyone who does, but yeah, not my thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have taken him to see, obviously, Liverpool, and he's had like a Coke, and I've had like a very small log. It's been like a child-friendly sort of pub. I wouldn't have him going into town or anything like that, but yeah. Yeah, cool. Kirkes was good today, everyone is slating him. Yeah, Johnny, do you know what it's the... I don't know who it was. I think it was Abby Rudkin, who's a contributor. Most of you might know her. The young blonde lady who is the painter, and she does a lot of paintings. That's a business of like Liverpool players and stuff. And she's on Anfield Rap and Redmen, which is really, really good, really knowledgeable. But she actually said the other day, every single season, if we're doing well, there's always got to be someone we slate, even though we're winning. And yeah, the top 3 at the minute for the slating appear to be Kirkes, Verts, and for some inexplicable reason, Cody Gakpo. Now, I'm sorry, I'll have this argument with anyone. I think Cody's been bloody brilliant this season. I don't know. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what matches I've been watching and some of these people have been watching, but I think Gakpo's been superb. There was one game where he wasn't brilliant in terms of his crossing the season. I didn't think Burnley was particularly wonderful. But I mean, let's have it right. I mean, that was a hard game of football at the end of the day. I mean, I've never seen a team that defensive in all my life. And again, no disrespect to Burnley, they're more than entitled to put 11 men behind the ball, and it's Liverpool's responsibility to break them down. Liverpool didn't, and that's on Liverpool. It's as simple as that. So if Burnley want to play that way, they're more than entitled to do so. But yeah, that was a difficult game for everyone. But yeah, the point is, it's like there's always got to be a scapegoat. I mean, last season, if you remember, it was Sobbo. He was getting pelters from people saying, "Oh, he's not good enough off this, that, and the other. And you sat there watching this performance. I mean, don't get me wrong, the first 2 or 3 games he weren't very good, but after that, you watch this performance and you're like, am I watching a different match to the rest of it? What are you talking about? I don't know. There just seems to be this culture that even if a team's doing well, there has to be an issue and a problem when there necessarily isn't. Now, one issue Liverpool do have at the minute is it's not defending, it's probably more like managing games. Like I was saying to the guys earlier who were watching me, if Liverpool go 2-0 up, put it this way, if Arsenal went 2-0 up at the Emirates against Everton, you'd switch the TV off and say, yeah, well, that's game over. If Man City of a couple of years ago went 2-0 up against Everton, you would just be like, yeah, there's not a remote chance they're going to get anything. And Liverpool should be the same whether it's Everton or not. I mean, that would have been the 4th 2-0 lead that we chucked away in the first 6 games, I think. So that they do have to look at. I mean, they got over the line today and they've got the win. That's the main thing. But they have got difficult games coming up. I mean, they certainly cannot be doing that against Chelsea in a couple of weeks' time with some of the players they've got, because Chelsea are ragging. Even though I don't think Chelsea are that good a team, they have some exceptionally good players. I mean, put it this way, if they defend like that against Cole Palmer, there will be serious consequences. So even Palace next week, I mean, you know what Palace are going to do. They get the ball in nice and early. They play direct football. They play really good football as well, Palace. Even without Eze and Elise and all these people, they will try and hurt us. And you've got Mark Gay, who's going to want to prove a very big point and get his move. So, that's my only sort of criticism today from Liverpool, the fact that they could shut the game away. But to be honest, the last few minutes that I actually saw in the pub, when I finally got there, even though I was really nervous, I don't think the 8 minutes I saw, I don't think like hanging on. You know, I mean, obviously it was a bit desperate at times, but I don't think Everton has unless someone can correct me, I don't think Everton really has a chance in the last 7 or 8 minutes, unless the beer went straight to my head. I don't know. Yeah, let me have a look. Can we get Geek Man watch along? Well, Johnny, I've like I said, I'm currently in negotiations with the wife that I was speaking to you about the other day. I think I've got the go-ahead for Inter Milan versus Liverpool to do a watch-along. Now, if I do a watch-along, can I just apologise in advance? I tried to do a watch-along for, I know it's slightly different, I tried to do a watch-along for Night of Champions. WWE, obviously, not football. And I have deleted the video, but you can probably still find it. It was possibly one of the biggest disasters and farcical debacles in the history of YouTube. What happened? I managed to spill boiling hot tea on myself, which meant I leapt up in the middle of a live stream, had to go and clean myself up. Spilt my kebab on the floor. I had a board behind me. It's like a Lego board. I thought I'll have a nice background and everything. That then fell off the wall, hit me on the actual side of my eye. So I had to leave the live stream again because I ended up cutting my bloody eye and there was blood and all sorts coming out. I fell asleep, I think, for 4 or 5 minutes during said live stream as well. And it was just a complete disaster, to be completely honest. So I think with watch-alongs with football will probably be slightly easier because, to be quite honest, I'll probably ignore it most of his, because I know this sounds really awful, but when I go and watch football, this is why a lot of it I can watch on my own, to be honest. I don't know about the rest of you, but I get tunnel vision. You know, you get those people who can talk to each other during a football match, and they'll have a bit of a laugh and everything and talk with each other about what's going on at the time. I am not one of those people. As soon as it kicks off, I am basically, I'm zoned in. There was one time when Liverpool got qualified for the Champions League, so the time they beat Middlesbrough, when it was the 3-0, when Ronaldo scored that goal right at half-time, if any of you can remember that. I literally sat at a boozer called the Oak in Leeds, one of our best boozers that we've got here, and I'm going mental. I'm like throwing chairs in the air. There's pint glasses going up and all sorts of things. Because it was only Liverpool that had something on that day, people were looking at me like, "What on earth are you doing?" And it was only when I think it was Lallana got the third. It was either Lallana or Coutinho. This is my birthday as well, by the way. So you've had 20 odd people that come out to see me. I've turned around and started talking to people. I was like, "Where the hell's everyone gone?" Because there was only like 5, 6 people left. They were like, "Leon, dude, you haven't spoke to any of them." So they all said goodbye to us and left. And I was like, I had absolutely no idea. One of them was my missus as well. But yeah, I got a bit of stick for that one. But yeah, I'm just totally zoned in. So if I do a watch on Johnny, you're more than welcome to join. But being on your head, mate, you'll probably get your comment read out about 30 minutes into the match if you're lucky. But yeah, I'm going to try and do a watch along for Inter Milan versus Liverpool because that's on Amazon Prime. I'm going to try and see if I can get my vaunted lovely housemates / family members to leave the living room for the Galatasaray match, but I can't guarantee that one. I might be able to do a watch along for the second half, which is a bit rubbish, but yeah, leave it with us, dude. It is something I have actually been thinking about, to be honest, because obviously I can stay on for longer that way. I am due to finally get some new equipment as well and not be holding up a glorified mobile phone, which it is a mobile phone, but still, to do all my live streams, because I've got a computer at the minute that's got live streams capabilities, but it's fuzzy and it's like, you can see me, but, well, to quote John Cena, you can't see me, kind of thing. So, sorry, that was terrible, I do apologise. Yeah, it's just, basically, long story short, it does the YouTube stream, but it's just not very good. It looks great and it looks really awful, whereas obviously on a phone, I've got quite a modernish phone, so it works quite well on here, but even the YouTube streams do come out on occasion. So, yeah, I am planning some improvements and upgrades, so hopefully, yeah, just keep an eye on the channel. I have got some upgrades for next year and some things that I'm going to definitely. Cheers, Rhiannon. Nono Joe. What's it? Is that like a modern day version of what? Probably not. No. Does anyone actually remember what's up? No. Okay, I'm sorry, dude. I can't read your name at all. The way it's just come up on my phone. Hello. Where are you from? I am from this place. That's Leeds, basically, by the way. In fact, has it stopped raining now? Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this is beautiful Leeds. This is like the good bit of Leeds. Like, this is the place in Leeds where the chavs don't know exists. Sorry. But yeah, this is Wellington Place in Leeds. Basically, I've been doing the the live stream from here because it's been raining. So yes, there you go. This is so I've actually been doing it undercover. So yeah, not what I had in mind. I should have just done it in my living room, like I was intending to do it straight after the match. But I thought, I'll go and watch it in town, and then basically, for want of a better phrase, bought a pint for about £6.5 to watch 8 minutes worth of football, and have got completely soaked. So lesson learned. But there we go. Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Sorry that, like I said, it's not been the greatest quality, but this is like literally the best I could do with like 1 minute remaining before the live stream, because as Johnny will know, I'm not always the most reliable with my live streams, and there have been one or two disasters, shall we say, since I've started doing them a couple of months ago. But keep working on it. It's getting better. It's getting better all the time. Yeah, just thanks everyone for watching. Like I said, tonight, just to do my quick cheap plug, I'll be on, if any of you are AEW fans, I'm going to be watching AEW All Out, which I still need to actually order from Amazon Prime, so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to be watching that from 7 o'clock till We think it's 11. Now, I put 11 for my live stream. I'll just put something in the notes section. AEW has this rather annoying habit of going over time at times. So there is a chance that they might not go until about 20 past. Oh, it went down. They might not be done 4.5 hours in. It might even go on for 5 hours. So what I'll do is I'll keep checking on matches and stuff. And if I need to change the time, I'll just change the time. Because then I've got an hour to do a live stream. Probably won't take an hour. Wrestlepalooza. I don't need to watch wrestling. That's on its world. And then I'll be back live so yeah, Geek Boy Saturday. This is really cool. Really enjoyed it. Anyway, yeah, like I said, guys, thanks everyone for watching. Just quickly, next time I'll be on for a Liverpool thing. I'll probably aim to do the podcast that I do called Geek Boy Liverpool Story, which I've started doing live, so I'm going to try and see if I can get one done on Monday. I'm not totally sure. I've not scheduled that one just yet, but I'm going to try and do it about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon if I can do. I won't be able to do a live reaction for Southampton. Very sort of funny story. I'll end my live stream with this story. So, yeah, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were looking at getting me and my brother were looking at getting a ticket for the Southampton match through this company called Seat Loader. And Seat Loader is where you can get like not cheap hospitality tickets, obviously, but like cheaper-ish hospitality that you would get from the clubs. So you know where it's like 400 or 500 quid for a ticket. They'll sell it for like resale of like 200, which is obviously still a lot of money. Anyway, that Southampton match came up for 80 quid, which again is a lot of money. But I thought to myself, oh, that's not bad to do. Actually, so I talked to my brother about it. We were going to book it. What I'd completely forgotten was I'd promised my mother that we were going to go and rewatch The Sound of Music. I know this sounds really bizarre. I'm actually a massive fan of The Sound of Music, so I said, oh yeah, we'll go and watch that. And to my horror, basically, long story short, it's the same day as the Southampton match, so I basically have missed out on the opportunity of seeing Liverpool to watch a film I have seen probably between 10 and 15 times. But hey, it's from my mum. I love you, mum. Yeah, it's my own fault, but still. Anyway, long story short, I won't be doing a live reaction for the Southampton match because it's on the same night. So what I'll do is I'll just do a reaction the next day. So I'll probably do a preview of it for one show on Monday, and then I'll do a reaction to it on the Wednesday, I think. Can I do it on the Wednesday? Something telling me I can't do it on Wednesday. Look, I'll try and work it out, but yes, I won't be doing the live, but I should be doing the Crystal Palace one next Saturday afternoon, as far as I know. Yeah, so Liverpool-wise, I'll be on 2 or 3 times the next week, and in general I'll have about 8 to 9 live streams coming up over the course of the next 5 or 6 days. So yeah, cool, nice one. Anyway, I'm going to go and get soaked, so let's have a pint of beer. But yes, Liverpool is red, Liverpool 2, Everton 1.